What's up, you guys? I'm back with another video, and today we have a special guest in this video. It's my baby. Look at him, looking all cute. Yeah, Kimball's mom got this outfit. His little thick self. Say hi. You wanna say hi to them? No, you just gonna look at the phone? Oh yeah. You gonna talk? Yeah, you wanna talk to them? But yeah, he's gonna be in this video today. And I think I'm gonna start off from where I found out I was pregnant. But I'm going to change people's names, so I'm not gonna say people's names. Yeah. Actually, yeah. I'm gonna say my mom's name, that's it. Because I have to say her name because she's in this lot. So, my mom gave me a pregnancy test one night. Me and Kid was on FaceTime. And my mom gave me a pregnancy test. And I took it. And then, it's gonna be really detailed, so this video might be long. So I took the test. And then it came back positive the next day. No, that night when it came back positive, my mom, she was shocked, and I was shocked too, and then my siblings, they were shocked too, but they kind of didn't care, but they were just shocked. They wasn't mad or anything. And then a couple days later, the next day, I think that's when my mom actually got mad about it, was the next day. And then me and Kimball was talking. My mom was talking about how she's just gonna take me to the clinic because she didn't want the other person to take me to the clinic because she thought it was just gonna be sneaky again, so she didn't want that person to take me to the clinic. Because she thought I was just gonna sneak around because Kimball's mom still did not know about this. And so then that day, she told Kimball's mom about it because they talked on the phone. And so then my mom, after Kimball and my mom talked, when they got off the phone, that's when my mom was mad. And so then that's when she started. That's when we got into an argument. My mom got into an argument because I was pregnant, and she was mad about that. And then I think it was like a couple days later, we went to the clinic. Yeah, me and my mom and her boyfriend, all three of us went, and then Kimball and his sister and his mom came to the clinic. And then when I was at the clinic, I felt scared because I didn't want to get rid of. I did not. Actually, I'm not going to get to that part yet. I was scared at the clinic, very scared, because I never been pregnant before. And so then I go to the back of the room. I'm sitting there. And then my nurse, she asked me if I was pregnant, and I was like, yeah. Then she asked me my age, and I told her, at this moment I was 17, and I told her my age, and she was like, oh. She was like, I saw you're gonna get rid of the baby, and I was like, yeah. And then she talked to me, and she was like, oh, I have my, she told me her story because she had her baby at 17 too. And I actually knew this lady because me and her daughter used to be friends, and that was her mom. And so she told me her story about how she had her first at 17. And, I was thinking like, okay, I'm still in my head like, oh, I can't do that, So I'm gonna get rid of him. And she keeps going on. And she said she still went to college and all of that. And then I was like, I don't know. And then after we were talking, I decided to keep him because she was right. She was basically telling me a baby's not gonna hold you back. You can basically only hold yourself back. Like, you know, a baby can't even hold you back no matter what, unless you actually stop. And so, you know, that stuck out to me. And I just felt like that was true. So I kept, that's what made me want to keep him. And then another reason was my grandma called the next day and she was like, oh, you need to keep him. He didn't, the baby didn't do nothing, he's innocent. And my grandma, she's Christian, so, you know, I grew up in a Christian household, so my grandma, she was like, you know, keep him. And I was like, yeah, that's another reason that made me change my mind. But back to the at the clinic, was at the clinic, and this is me in the back of the room. But I want you to say like what happened when I was in the back of the room, because I know it happened. Like however I was telling you, we cured him, all that stuff.
I can say names, but this guy said that I should tell her, or make her get rid of Iron. And I mean, like, I'm at that point, I didn't know what to do, because before all this happened, like a year before this happened, like it's like a year, we were talking about having kids. I was like, whoa. And I've always said that I know that I have none at all, but then I had one. But at first I was like, no, listen, I don't know if I can do this.
He's watching you talk.
And so like at that point I didn't know what to do. And everybody was saying, tell her to do this, tell her to do that. So it was just all bad.
Yeah. And did you say anything else, or was that all? Okay, so then I came, and then Kimball came to the back of the room because they wanted me to get him into his stuff. And so when he came to the back of the room with me, and she was done. Oh no, before he came to the back of the room, the lady told me that I was 13 weeks. Yeah, I was 13 weeks pregnant with this one when I went there. So I was like 4 months pregnant when I went to the clinic. And then that's when Kimball came in there, and then she asked me if I'm going to keep him. And I told her, I told the lady yes, because basically she was going to, you know, schedule an appointment for me to get an abortion if I didn't keep him. So I told her, I said, yeah, I am keeping him. And that's when Kimball was really stressed. Like, I wanted him to be here on this part, and he walked out the door. I wanted him to be on this part to tell you guys what he felt, because he was so quiet and he was just rubbing his face. He was so stressed out because I was keeping him. You want to talk today? Don't throw up. This boy be throwing up all the time. Like, he throws up so much. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I'll just skip that part and have him come back to that part, because I wanted him to say how he felt when he found out I was keeping him. You got hiccups? Yeah, you got hiccups. When he found out I was keeping him, but then I went outside of the room, and I was very sad. I walked outside the room sad because I didn't know what I wanted to do at the time, honestly. I told her I was keeping him. Come outside the room, and everyone is telling me, and I said, I'm gonna keep the baby, because I didn't know the gender was at this time, so I'm gonna keep the baby. And everyone's telling me, like, you have to get rid of him. You know, it's just a mistake. or it's just like to teach you guys a lesson. And what if you guys don't stay together? You need Kimball around to raise his baby. You gotta get, and like, you know, if we break up, I need Kimball around to raise the baby. But, you know, in my household, it was a bunch of women. Like, there's really never been men in my household. There was always a bunch of women in my household that raised children anyway. So I wasn't really worried about that part. So I was just trying to think about, like, me at this point. I'm thinking about me, like, how this is gonna affect me later on. Yeah. So at this point, I still didn't know what I wanted to do. But yeah, we had a long talk. And so I had like, the baby's picture. I showed everyone the baby. Are you Really? You just go out and like clap like that? But yeah. I still didn't know at this point because this is there at the clinic. When I left the clinic, everybody's still telling me like, oh yeah, you gotta get rid of him. You gotta get rid of him. You know, basically I'm not gonna be able to raise the baby. Plus I'm in school and all that. And I'm like, that's true. But I'm like, you know, I can still go to school. I'm pregnant. That's not holding me back. I can still raise the baby without a man. That's not holding me back. And so Kimball talked to me. And we had a talk, and, you know, I was like, yeah, fine, I'm not gonna keep him. Is that Ron? Do you feel better? He's still going. And so, stink. So, I talked and I said, yeah, I'm not keeping him. And Kimball agreed to that because Kimball didn't want no kids at all. He don't want no, even though we're too young, he didn't want no kids at all, period. And so, Kimball agreed to that. And he said, okay, we'll just keep his picture and stuff because I had an ultrasound picture of him at 13 weeks. He was like, okay, just keep his picture and stuff. And I was like, all right. And then go home, we're in the car. And when I was in the car with these two people, one of the people asked me, that was like, so what you gonna do? Are you gonna keep him? And this is one of the people that was telling me to not to keep him. And so I'm like, you know, I wanted to keep him at this I kind of wanted to keep him, so I told him, I was like, I don't know, because obviously I have no choice and what I can do because everybody wants me to get rid of him. So I'm just like, you know, I'm just get rid of him. It did. Go home. Next day, grandma called, said to keep him. And now this person agrees because my grandma called and said to keep him. So now this person agrees with me. This person's behind my back with keeping him. And so now that this person agrees, that's better. You know, now that this person agrees, I'm like, cool, boom. Me and this person, we always been back and forth. But this person will always tell me like, everybody else, like, you know, they don't love you as much as I do. So, you know, going through my head, I'm like, that's true because this is my blood. This is my DNA. So. And so they tell me this, and I was like, okay. Alright, you guys, so I'm back. I had to change this boy's diaper because he was smelling bad. You want to talk to them? What you want me to What you got to say? Ooh. Oh. I thought somebody said get rid of me said something. Yeah. Okay. Back to the video. So, when we left the clinic, my grandma called. I decided to keep it. So, maybe I'm keeping my baby. And then next day, I went to Kimball's house. And then after, Kimball picked me up. You know, everybody that was with him was happy because they thought I was still getting rid of my baby. And so when they thought I was getting rid of my baby, they was happy. And then we went to Kimball's sister's house, and everybody went to the store, and we watched. We sat at the house with Kimball's nephew, and then I told him about to talk to him, and so then I told him I was keeping our baby, and then Kimball got mad because I was keeping our baby, and this is because he did not want kids at all. He found out I was keeping him, and he got mad. That was another thing. Well, that was 2 things stressing me out already. Yeah, oh, that's like 3. I'm pregnant, but it was mad that I am keeping the baby. And on top of that, I got school. So that's already 3 things, like right there. That's on my stress levels already. And I'm pregnant, may I remind you. And then that night, we told the most important person that we had to tell. And that person that we told, she did not want Kimball to... She did not want me to keep the baby because Kimball did not want me to keep the baby. So she's just backing Kimball up because of what he said. And so this person told her, and you know, she said that she knew I was gonna make this decision and I was gonna make this choice. And then she had got, I think, I can't tell, but you know, she was crying like I kept him. And so she was like, I'm selfish and I'm not listening to him. You know, I'm just doing what I want basically. And so that's the 4th thing that stressed me out. Because, were you gonna tell me something?
Huh?
Were you gonna tell me something?
No.
Oh. Because I thought this person was close to me, like a person I would claim as my family. And they said all that about me while I was pregnant, and that made me feel even worse. And then on top of that, the person told me that he was trying to go to college. And so, you know, on top of that's another thing that stressed me out. This is already like 5 things, and this is within me find out 3 days that I'm pregnant.
And I'm in college, and there's no issue, so they were just saying that to just, I don't know.
But yeah, oh, my phone's dying. The person said this, you know, I'm stressed about that. Like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna mess up his life, but you know, top of that, I also thought maybe am I messing up my life, but you know, I had already been through a lot before this, so you know, I was like, you know, I know I'm strong and I can get through this situation. That same, I think it was, okay, before we had told this person that I was keeping him, me and Kimball had gotten into an argument. Remember before we told her that we got into an argument and I walked out the room? He was like, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So we had gone to argument before about keeping him before we had told this person because he didn't want no kids, and I wanted to keep him because I didn't want an abortion because I'm a thinker. Like I said in my other video, I'm a really deep thinker, and that would have affected me really bad. And so I didn't want to get rid of him because that would have been way too much in my body and way too much, mentally. But Kimball, he didn't want no kids at all. And so he did not agree with what I was saying. So he got to argument about that, and he said some things, and then that made me mad. And, I came back in the room, and he apologized for all that stuff that he said. And then I went home that night, and I was mad. And Kim was trying to talk to me and say, oh, maybe this person didn't mean it like that. And I was like, what's going through my mind is, okay, maybe this person's telling me all this because basically it's like Hector. So that's why that person saw that about me. Because I kept it. And then after that, me and Kimball, we would get into arguments about the choice I made all the time, even when we was on the phone. So basically that's what happened after that. And then after, eventually, Kimball, he accepted it, and he was, and eventually he started to get excited about it. And then since he was excited about it, that same person, they had got excited about it and accepted it too. And then the person that says is my DNA, they had accepted it too. And so then, I was always, but then the person that Kimball was telling, kept telling him to get rid of it, that person still did not accept it and kept telling me to get rid of it and was mad that I kept it still. And that was my DNA's, how should I say that? That was like my DNA's really close friend. That was mad about that. And then, and eventually me and my DNA started getting into it because my DNA felt like I was getting closer to the other person that, was Kimball's DNA. And because of that, I had got basically it was like a situation like, okay, since you want to be with someone that's not your DNA, then so bad and you'd rather be with them and stick up for them, then you could go live with them. So when I was like 4 months pregnant, I had nowhere to live when I was 4 months pregnant. And so so Kimball came and picked me up the night that I had nowhere to live. And I went to his sister's house. And then when I went to his sister's house, I had to find somewhere else to stay because his sister had, well, that's fine, yeah. After I went to his sister's house, she already had a lot of people in her house already, so I had to find somewhere else to go. So I went to my dad's house. And I stayed at my dad's house for a weekend, and then after that, I left. But when I went to my dad's, no, that's not important. But then after I went to my dad's house for that weekend, I ended up living with my cousin for like a whole month because I was trying to find an apartment to stay in. I didn't want to live with nobody. So I ended up living with my cousin for like a whole month. I was with my cousin. My DNA kept saying things that was stressing me out. And I can't even count. It's already heckin' things were stressed out. I can't even count on my fingers. Some of the stuff I was stressed out about. And I'm like 5 months pregnant now. So I didn't have nowhere. I wanted to have my own place, and I was 17. Couldn't even do that. Couldn't do nothing on my own. So I was very stressed out, and I wasn't going to school because my computer was left at somewhere else that I couldn't get to it. And then yeah, so now I'm at my cousin's house. And while I was at my cousin's house, a person was telling my mom things that I was not saying. That was not true. So my mom, she kept kind of texting me like, why are you saying all stuff about me and all this stuff? And then my mom got mad and she was saying me stuff about my baby and Kimball and all that because she thought I was saying stuff about what she had going on, and I wasn't. So I'm stressed about that too. Girls homeless and just stressed out. And then after I couldn't live with my cousin no more. I mean, she would let me stay, but I didn't want to. And then after I left with my cousin, me and my mom ended up getting back cool. But by the time we ended up getting back cool, I was already sick from stress. So I ended up getting sick from stress because, you know, I was stressed literally the whole time because, you know, it was just everybody was saying stuff about me. Everybody was saying that about me. And then I was trying to get things that I couldn't get to. So my whole pregnancy, I was looking bad my whole pregnancy. I wish I could find a way to show you guys a picture or video of how I looked. I posted them on Snapchat. But yeah, my hair wasn't done. I was just looking dead to the world. And then, you want to tell them how you felt while I was like, homeless and pregnant?
I felt bad because I couldn't even help her do anything for a little bit. So it sucked. That
you gotta tell them why you couldn't come on too. You gotta come on, tell them why. Tell them why you couldn't too.
I didn't have no rights or say so to do anything to help her. So
yeah.
The only thing I could do was be there. So yeah, I felt mad.
Yep. And so when I think I was 6 or 7 months. I was 7 months when I left to go live with my mom, and we had got back cool. And then after me and my mom was cool, yeah, I stayed with her, so you know, my cousin. But I was really sick. I didn't know I was very sick, so you know, I was walking around. And I'm gonna fast forward to when I was in the hospital because nothing really happened.
Her feet were getting huge.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So when she would walk around, they would have hurt. So
yeah.
It was hard for her to do anything.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, my feet were like hecky huge. Like they were so swollen. Like you could like press down and it would leave a dent. But my whole body was like that. But people were saying, "Oh, it's normal. It's normal." But then I went to my doctor's appointment, and then my doctor said that maybe it's normal. Then I took my blood pressure, so my blood pressure was really high. And then they took me to a triage to monitor him. He drew all over me to make sure that I wouldn't have to have him. I was still I was 8 months still. Yeah. Yeah, it was 8 months when I went to the hospital. Because I was there for a month and I had him at the end of the, yeah. So it's 8 months when I was in the hospital and doctors telling me like, you can't leave. And I'm like, I'm not staying in this hospital for, I had to stay in there for a whole month. And I'm like, I'm not staying there for a whole month. And they're like, okay, well, you have to stay. And I'm just not understanding like how sick I am. I didn't know how sick I was because I didn't feel like I was that sick. And so they're saying like there was something wrong with my kidneys. There was something wrong with my pee. My blood pressure was too high.
And everything was just all messed up.
Yeah.
So they had to have her in there for a month.
And I could have got blood clots in my legs. And they thought that, yeah, I was that sick to where I was going to have him at the beginning of my 8 months. And so they thought I was going to do that, but I didn't. And so the whole time I was in the hospital, the first night I was in the hospital, I was so sad because I didn't want to be in the hospital room alone. My mom was there with me for a little bit, but then she ended up going back home. So I was sad that I had to be in the hospital room by myself for the first night. I was really sad. But then eventually I got used to it. And so, yeah, my blood pressure was high, my kidneys was messed up. My body was just saying, like, take this baby out of me because I don't want it in me. And
so your body was not, like, ready to have a kid in her.
Yeah. Plus it's stress. So my body was like, this baby's not staying like in me. It was like, take it out. So I ended up being there for a month. Being in the hospital for a month is not it. I think I'm gonna start a picture of how it looks in the hospital. So I was constantly having, I was getting my blood drawn like 3 times a day for like 2 weeks. Yeah, for like 2 weeks I was getting my blood drawn 3 times a day. I was getting a shot twice a day. And then I had to take my medication, heck of pills every couple of hours. And sometimes his heart rate would drop. And so, yeah, sometimes his heart rate would drop. While I was on the monitors, I had to be on the monitors like all day basically. You know, there's sometimes I like, yeah, I had to be on the monitors like all day. And then I had to go, I would have to get out my bed. And my feet are still swollen. And they're going to stay swollen until I have this boy. Because I had preeclampsia. So, everything was just swollen because I had preeclampsia. So, you know, I'm staying swollen until I have him. I'm staying this mess I'm looking until I have him, basically. So that's what my days consist of. I was in the hospital. I was going back and forth to get an ultrasound because they was worried about him, and he looked unhealthy sometimes, and sometimes he wasn't moving enough and all that. So I was doing that in the hospital, getting my blood drawn, getting shots, taking pills, medication, getting his ultrasound. If you're pregnant and you know the monitors, I don't even like being on the monitor just to go to appointments, honestly. And if you're pregnant, I had to be, you know how the monitors are, to put them around your belly. And I had those on basically all day. And so since I was getting so many shots and stuff in my belly, I had to get anything stretch marks. I got a pouch while I was pregnant. You know, you don't usually get a pouch until after. And so now my belly was bigger than it was supposed to be, and he was little. And so now I basically have scars, and my pouch is taking way longer. It went down a lot, but it's just taking much longer to go down because I had a lot of liquids in me from the preeclampsia, and then plus the liquids from me getting the shots, then me getting my blood drawn. So, you know, I was weak. It was hard for me to walk and stuff. I think I lost the vitamin, honestly, because I was really weak from them drawing so much blood for me. So I'm gonna show y'all my scars and how my belly looks right now. Then after that, I'm gonna tell you how my oh my gosh, I'm gonna tell you how I was delivering him as a preemie, because my experience was way different. So can I sit you in the chair? Because you like to be grown anyways. Can you sit there? No, you can't. Okay. So I went down a lot, but I still have my stretch marks and stuff. And this is how my pouch looks now. You guys can see that right there. That's from me getting the shots and stuff. Like, I have like little dents in it and stuff. If you guys can see them. But yeah, that's from me getting the shots. And yeah, I have stretch marks everywhere because the liquids and stuff like stretched me out really bad. So yeah, I lost a lot of weight. And then, you know, after being in there for a month, it's hard for this boy to come. They had to make him come. And you are just being real nasty on camera. So I have him to come. So since he has to be born early, and he was really little, may I remind you, and I had heck stretch marks. This boy was like 3 pounds when he came out. And I look a little fatso. And so what they had to do was, if you don't want to hear about this, then just get past it. But what they had to do was they had to put a balloon, a little water balloon, up there. And once they put it up there, they filled up with water, and that just made me start having contractions. And so since me and Kimball had to walk down to the room that I was actually going to give birth to him in, so I had to walk down there while I was having contractions, and my feet was swollen and hurting, and I was weak. So me and Kimball had to walk down to that room. And then after, when we got into that room, I was still having contractions, but I still felt fine. Like, me and Kimball, we got to this room when it was night. We got into that room when it was nighttime, and then it was there all morning. So they started this process a whole day before, and then by the next morning, I was dilating really fast. But they didn't. They kept asking me if I was having contractions, and I was like,
she went from 3 to 6 to 10 in like 15 minutes.
yeah, I don't remember because I got the epidural.
It was fast.
Yeah, I don't remember that because they gave me the epidural, and I fell asleep. I was asleep the whole time I was in labor. Yeah, I was asleep the whole time I was in labor. And then it was finally time for me to push. And when I tell y'all, Kimball was more scared of this epidural needle than me. Like, he was getting it.
Okay, this has nothing to do with you, so we don't gotta even bring that up. But
no, now let me tell.
Shot, right? and then bang, she knocked out quick, snoring loud. And then she like an hour or two like later, she had him. That man flew out like Superman, no cap. But boom, they got them all washed up.
No, let's tell them about how I got the epidural.
And then we went upstairs and they put him in this little house thingy.
An incubator.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was 3 pounds 6 ounces, 17 inches. But while I was pushing him out, I honestly, I was asleep, like I said, and then I had to push him out every contraction, but I kept falling asleep. I was asleep, and then I felt him coming out. The only thing that I heard is when I felt his head. It felt like it was burning. And then afterwards, I had to pump like my stomach, and it was just, that hurt. And then after that, yeah, and he was out, and he had to stay in the hospital for 3 weeks. And I think that's it. But I feel like it was all worth it. All that I went through while I was pregnant with him. I definitely feel like it was all worth it. Like, he got drool everywhere. Kimball, how do you feel now?
About
All that. Like, you know how I just feel it was worth it? Like, you know how you feel about everything?
Same as you.
You feel like it was worth it too?
Yeah.
Okay. How you feel about being the dad, Kimball?
Huh?
How you feel about being a dad?
It's fun. It's really cool and lit. It's lit. Right,
Yeah.
Zaman?
Yeah, this
Right.
boy is crazy about his dad. He really loves his dad. Yeah. I like being a mom too. I think it's fun. And our baby's really chill. He talks a lot, but that's a good thing. But he don't even cry or anything like that. He likes to play. He's goofy. He's really funny and chill. Yeah, so I like being a mom. Okay, you guys, so that's it for this video. This is the longest video I've ever done. I just wanted to give you guys the details since you guys wanted to see the video. Man, I wanted to make sure it was really detailed. But, alright, y'all. I'm going to be back with another video. And y'all be giving me a lot of prank ideas.
Bro, she can never get me, bro. Her pranks do not work.
And my pranks will be working on it.
Don't get. It's actually hilarious.
And y'all, thank you. If you stayed to the end of this video, I appreciate it. Thank you for watching the whole video. And you guys like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate you when you guys like, comment, subscribe so much. Thank you, you guys. Continue with the positivity in my videos. Continue with the positivity in my videos, you guys. I really appreciate it. It makes me feel like I want to keep doing YouTube. But alright, you guys. Like I said, like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you guys like this video of my little story time I gave you guys. Alright, bye.
I'm a motherfucking city girl.